Greetings, fellow seekers of the extraordinary. Welcome back to our captivating Discovering Warhammer, a reaction series. I'm Morend, and today we're going to embark on another thrilling chapter about exploration throughout the vast realms of Warhammer. In this episode, we'll delve into the vigilant Adeptus Custodes, the shadowy assassins of the Officio Assassinorum, and the enigmatic agents of Inquisition. I also want to say, I'm sorry this video is coming out after about a week. I just started a new job this week, so I've been really busy. But again, I appreciate you all for joining me on this journey. And if you do like it, then please do like, comment and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one.
If guardsmen are regular soldiers, space marines are super soldiers.
That was just like tall as shit.
Are super soldiers. The Adeptus Custodes are super soldiers cubed. The Adeptus Custodes are the third major army I own. I know, 3 armies. I know, I got carried away, okay, but that's all. I only have 3, okay?
Sword versions of Lancers. Gears of War.
They are our final brand of space marines, but these ones are super special. Okay, if a guardsman is 6 foot, a space marine is 7 feet, a custodian is 8 feet. These are the giant defenders of holy Terra, which is also Earth. Earth is Terra, Terra themselves. These are the people that literally guard the Emperor's throne room.
Okay.
And Custodes. These boys protect the Emperor's throne room at all times and are literally like hand.
So they're sort of like the Swiss Guard for the Pope.
They're not humans brought up by a gene seer or something. These are all handcrafted super soldiers. I think
super soldiers
these
as fuck.
Behemoth of men are
like damn, they are big boys, aren't they?
Functionally immortal. They stand still, spear in hand, for hundreds of years without the need to sleep, and barely even the need to eat, watching over the throne room and every other area of Holy Terra for their entire.
Do they just smell them?
And
do they not have sweat glands?
Are they terrifying? These
Do
custodians.
they pee? Do they poo?
Shame. If you liked your super soldiers, these are your super mega soldiers. One of these men can take on probably 3 space marines and most likely win. There are many different groups of custodians as well, like the Solar Watch, or there's also one of my personal favorite, the Aquilan Shield. The Aquilan Shield go out to seemingly unimportant individuals and protect them because they believe that they are going to be doing something very important in their lives. For instance, let's say a regular guardsman gets the protection of this giant 8.5 foot tall golden god because that guardsman will end up becoming a general one day or something of that nature. The custodians work in mysterious ways and are almost always outnumbered but never outmatched. These people are
I love sayings like that.
Both on the tabletop as well as in the lore. There are very few of them, however, and there's actually an extremely small amount of them. But that's kind of the point. There's only so many
they not make more
that can have war gear this strong, weapons this powerful, and training this good. And the custodians have all 3 of it. For 100 years, I stood my watch amidst the somber shadows of the Sanctum Imperialis. I was still as a statue, but always ready. Always attuned to dangers unseen. Days, months, years passed by in a frenzied blur beyond those walls, yet within little moved and nothing changed. For 100 years I did not but wait, yet had any threat appeared I would have struck it down in a heartbeat. For 100 years I stood my watch, and as it ends I can tell you this: patience is a weapon. The custodians are the top dogs of the Imperium, and they hurt just that same way. Though I do want to discuss a little bit about the Sisters of Silence before we get out of here, because the Sisters of Silence I also have a few of, and they're really fun, but they don't get enough attention. These kind of bald plume ladies are a whole group of
bald plume ladies. How dare you, sir?
We'll be referring to them as blanks from now on. So as every mind is somewhat connected to the warp, these blanks are a genetic mutation that has it suppressed heavily. Because of that mind
so they're sort of disconnected.
Normal people feel this weird, like, uncomfortable nature when around them. When a Sister of Silence walks past them, you feel ill. You feel just uncomfortable and strange. So
Emotionally
most of them don't
disconnected.
actually live past childhood, because once they are birthed, they're, well, you know, killed or something at a very young age because they just emit a horrifying aura. These ladies, however, are guardians of the throne as well for more psychic threats. See, none of the custodians are psychers, so they have a difficult time dealing with ancient demons and other kinds of psychic phenomena.
That
These
makes a lot of
sisters
sense.
Are extremely specialized in it. All of them taking a vow of silence, as they don't speak, hence the term Sisters of Silence, but they communicate through hand gestures and things of that nature. But if there's a demon issue, if there's any kind of warp-based problem, the sisters are extremely adept at dealing with them, thanks to their blank gene. They normally work a lot of time with the custodians because they have to deal with both kinds of threats, but they're not represented that way on the tabletop. In fact, they only have like one real model for them, which is very unfortunate. I hope they'll get some like news soon, because I think they should really be working.
That's a shame. They seem really cool.
It is that way in the lore, but hopefully we'll get there soon. But if we're talking about blanks, let's talk assassins.
Officio Assassinorum.
It's been a long video. We're about to round it out. We got this and one more human thing, and then we're done. The assassins, though, the Officio Assassinorum, oh boy, these people are deadly. Yeah, they're called assassins. They should be, but oh man, these people will mess you up. So these are from the Officio Assassinorum, a very special organization, and they are handpicked by the Grand Master of the Officio Assassinorum from the what was it called? Schola Progenium. It's basically an orphan school. Your parents got murdered by demons or something, you get sent to this and you get trained to be whatever.
So it's like a real life assassination group then. That sort of shit goes on in real life.
Or sometimes you just disappear. When you are taken, however, you go to one of 4 temples, because the Assassinorum
Temple,
works in a temple style.
Calidus Temple, Galixus Temple, Vindicare Temple,
Luxus, Calidus, and Eversor temples. Let's start with the Vindicare.
I'm guessing they all specialize in something individually.
For 3 weeks. Poof! The Vindicare temple is the main sniper-based temple. Gigantic sniper rifles for all these assassins. Their whole point is to be able to be in a spot and sit there, eye and scope, for weeks, waiting for their perfect target, taking people out from literal miles away after extremely long time periods. The Vindicare Temple is about precise, perfect aim. There have been reports of Vindicares being able to single out particular body parts from over 2-3 miles away. Temples in the head, the jugular, for instance, and been sitting there after weeks. And when they're ready, take that shot, time is done, packs them up. The Calidus Temple, however, is a lot more about shape-shifting and deviant. It's mostly a female.
Yeah, I bet. Shape-shifting.
And this allows a lot of body augmentation for certain individuals to be able to kind of transmorph themselves and infiltrate areas that have problems. These assassins will end up taking missions that take them years, 2-3 years, to infiltrate a heretical group and slowly work their way up, just to get enough time to put a bullet into the main target's head and then escape unharmed. Or become the main target and sabotage it from within. These are all completely about deception, mind tricks, polymorphing, and everything in between. And lots of drawings. Lots of drawings. The Eversor Temple.
Damn, they thick.
Just kind of disturbing one. The Eversor Temple is about when you don't want anything to come back alive, friend or foe. You want it all dead. And Eversor is psychogenically conditioned with just psychotherapy and psychological torture to only feel violence, hatred, and anger. It does the Clockwork Orange style of thing of just making you forced to watch never-ending pain and misery and psycho conditioning, I guess is the term. And then they pump you
never-ending pain and suffering is what I get off on.
Drugs, and they cryo freeze you. And then they drop you in an area where they just want to make sure everything is dead. And then you defrost, full of just all this insane, mind-boggling psychotherapy and psychedelic drugs, and you just go to town. Yeah, if you don't care if anyone comes back alive. You're like, all right, lost cause, send them in, finally, there's the most bizarre temple, the Caluxus Temple. The Caluxus assassins are feared even among the other temples. So that blank gene, the people will go to the Caluxus Temple with this as well. And this is where they can harness that to be massively anti-psyker or even just anti-regular people. They are seen with extreme fear and...
So when you say anti-psyker, does it mean that instead of them not being effective, they can actually use that to affect psykers?
Imagine that uncomfortable feeling from that blank gene I mentioned.
Oh yeah, it looks like it there actually.
Being taught and given equipment
looks like he's able to torment them.
If normally regular people feel uncomfortable, now they are basically akin to being a siren wailing directly in your ear. And if you're a psyker, oh no. The sheer presence of a Caluxus assassin is enough for you to tear your skin off. You will rather gouge your eyes out and rip your nails off than even being near this person. The Caluxus assassin is when you want psychers to literally lose their minds, and they will go on their knees and ask you to gun them down because it is a suitable choice over being anywhere near you. The motto of that temple is, "That which is unknown and unseen commands the greatest fear." Now, for the tabletop, assassins aren't that special. You can call them in no matter what Imperium faction you are, and they do a lot of work for themselves, but at the same time, they're very specialized and require a lot of finesse. And they work the way you generally want them to, though. You want to cause some distortion and weird stuff, you take a Custodes. You want to just murder swaths of infantry and then blow up Eversor. You want to kill that one guy, Vindicare, and if you have a lot of psychers, Caluxus. It's a nice little...
You want to kill that one dude from very, very, very far away?
You want to kill. And you can just choose which, which is really fun. But now, let's talk about the last human faction. We can round this video out before we do part 2. The Inquisition.
Inquisition, oh, like the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh boy, where do I even
Grand Inquisitor.
Take every secret police you can think of, the KGB, the Gestapo, the CIA, FBI, any of these kinds of people, and then mark it up by about 10, and give them the most power in the entire Imperium. No, you know what? How about this? This right here. It's not just a quote.
Here we go.
This is the imperial motto. The motto of the Inquisition. I apologize for my bad pronunciation. Innocentia nihil probat. Innocence proves nothing.
Proves nothing.
The most powerful organization in the Imperium, the secret police, their number one motto is innocence proves nothing. The Inquisition
so literally the Spanish Inquisition,
like the secret police or like detectives, to find issues in the Imperium. And they have different ordos depending on which one we're talking about. The Ordo Hereticus, the Ordo Xenos, the Ordo Malleus, for instance, and a whole bunch of other ones. Hereticus is obvious, they deal with heretics. Xenos tries to find alien threats, and Malleus is demons. They all have different specializations in what they're trying to go for as this Inquisitor.
Big boy.
And that's what they're called, Inquisitors. Each of them, as an Inquisitor,
everyone in 40k
do as they wish. They may have a ship.
What in Warhammer looks massive. They look like they spent the majority of their childhood in the gym.
Law in every department over Space Marines. Now, the Space Marines might argue against them and stuff, and there might be a lot of blowback, but technically they are above them as Inquisitors. They are looking to investigate and figure out coups and cults and demonic incursions and possible Xenos issues like Gene Stealers or
they will literally investigate the highest of heresies.
That stuff and actually do detective work. And
that's what I'm getting from that.
They're pretty good at it. The Inquisition having all of this power does make them a little bit power hungry and frantic sometimes. And yes, it is still a bad thing, but most of them are pretty good at their job. And they spend a lot of time being very diligent to make sure that all of these leads they follow are proper and correct. They're basically space detectives with just enormous power and sometimes a bit of a power complex. And we haven't even talked about Exterminatus yet. Exterminatus is deeming a planet unfit to be saved. I deem that this planet is demon infested and taking it back will cost too many resources and is not worth it. I have now committed exterminatus on this planet. I will now sign the
Death Star treatment
of an entire Imperium planet, as it is unfit to take and better to be destroyed than allow the enemy to hold it. This can mean saturation bombardments. This can mean cracking the planet's core and breaking it apart. Doesn't matter. Render this planet inhospitable to all life. Yes, the innocents proves nothing people are the only people who can choose.
This really does prove
planet
nothing.
Must die in its entirety. Yeah, you're playing the villain. Now, it is memed a lot, but most Inquisitors
they're glassing the
very
planet.
rare to do Exterminatus. Exterminatus is a very crazy thing. There's only so many worlds that you don't want to destroy all of them. Now, naturally, with the memes aside, there are some people who are a little bit rough on this one. But most Inquisitors generally don't like to do Exterminatus a ton, but it is an option they have. And it's a crazy option when you think about it. Secret Police Inquisition are unfortunately not represented on the tabletop very much. You generally kind of put one in your army if you feel like it. You have a couple special options there and some side content, but they're not really fleshed out very well, and personally they need a lot more stuff put in there, and they really need a lot more effort put into them, and they're not quite where I want them to be. Overall, the Inquisition makes for a lot of the best storytelling as well, because it's a little bit hard to talk about a big story of a whole bunch of Space Marines killing something. Right? It's just a big battle story. It's not as interesting. Having that intrigue and that moral dilemma that an Inquisitor has makes for a lot better media.
I can't even read that, Ryan.
Do it, I think, is
Lord
better.
Martyr.
To the Warhammer horrible grim darkness. And wow, we just finished the humans. All right, come back for part 2.
That was just the humans.
Because
that means we've got even more.
Chaos gods and all the Chaos Marine Legion,
Chaos Gods and Xenos and
Necrons and the Orcs,
Tau and Necrons.
We got a lot.
Let's go. Yes, you will, Bricky. We will see you in part 2. Holy shit, guys. Sisters of Silence, they're really dope. I really like that they're so disconnected from Psychers that their entire purpose is to infiltrate and just absolutely demolish Psychers. But I also like that the Imperial Guard have the weakness of them being vulnerable to Psychers, because otherwise I think they'd be a little bit too overpowered. Well, not too overpowered, because he did say one of them could kill 3 Space Marines, so essentially that means that 4 Space Marines could kill 1 Inquisitor. I think what I'm gonna do is, now that I've finished the video, now that I've reacted to it, I'm gonna give it another couple watches, go back over everything in my own time, and just really focus on all the little details I can, all the little details that fill in the gaps, and then that way, when we go into the next video, I'll be fresh on all the information we picked up about the humans, so to speak. So the one thing I liked about the humans is they're very human. Boy, the apple did not fall from the tree. I'll go 40,000 years into the future from the tree. Humans are shitty in every timeline. That's what I've learned. But yeah, that's it for part 1 of Bricky's video. Every single Warhammer 40k faction explained part 1. That was just the humans. Literally just the humans, the Imperium. So, if you enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any videos you'd like me to react to in the comments. And once I've got through Bricky's videos, I'll be starting to go through those videos. So, yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. And hopefully this time, it won't be that far in the future. I need to figure out a balance with me starting a new job. So, yeah, I'll catch you soon. Bye.